Hello everyone! Today I will be showing you how I painted this house and the farm stand in watercolor. I chose to paint this house because I think it captures what summer and fall is like where I live. There are a lot of farms in the area and it's common for people to set up produce stands in their yard. In this painting, the farm stand is selling spaghetti squash, but earlier in the season they were selling tomatoes, eggplants, green beans, and sunflowers amongst other things. Before we move on to the actual painting, I should say that I am not a professional watercolor artist. Art is my hobby and I just do it after the day after my full-time job. At the point of painting this piece, I had only been practicing watercolors for a little under 2 months. So the way I paint may be different than how you or others paint. Okay, moving on to the painting itself. I like to start off my paintings with a light watercolor wash that I'll later paint over with for more detail once the first wash has dried. I mix different greens to differentiate the trees, grass, and bushes, and I also like to place some darker greens to get a sense of where the shadows will be on these plants. When I mix my greens, I like to mix in cadmium red into it, that way the green is a little dulled and not too saturated. After I've set down my greens, I work on the distant background. It didn't come across in the painting, but this house has a great view of the mountains in the back. I then use the same blue to put in the shadows for the house, and then turn my attention to the farm stand in the foreground, which is the focus of this painting. I also darkened the tree shadow but thought it was too strong and tried to lighten it up by blotting it with a paper towel. I then added more details to the house, careful to leave white on the page for the window edges. I add some more warm colors to the foreground as well. I did this in hopes that the warm colors would help make the farm stand out in comparison to the cool shadows of the tree. Next, I quickly go over the lawn and add some grass texture. Now that my tree wash is dry, I go back in the shadows. The tree shadows will be the darkest part of my painting, and when I was painting these shadows, I wasn't actually trying to paint the leaves themselves, just where I thought their shadows would go. Next, I jump around the painting, adding in details and colors here and there. This is my favorite part of painting because I think it is when the painting really comes to life. I absolutely love how the umbrella came out on this painting. I added some more darks for the stripes as well as for the shadow underneath the umbrella, but I left some white on the top to mimic the light filtering through the tree leaves. In addition to the farm stand itself, this house also has a separate stand for bird houses. I believe the homeowners make the bird houses themselves, so it was really sweet painting them. As we near the end of the painting, I continued to add more shadows here and there just to make the painting interesting to look at. Eventually I darkened the tree shadow again but thought it was too dark and too heavy, so I blotted out the shadow with some paper towels. This did sacrifice the shadow shape, but overall I'm very happy with how it turned out. So this is the final product. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. It actually came out better than I had expected. I probably will be painting more houses around my neighborhood. It's just fun to go on a walk, grab a photo of the house and just paint it later.